We just had our last breakfast on the hook here in Blind Bay, and we're about ready to start the engines, pull up the anchor, and head to Anacortes for all the fun.
I'm ready to go home. You're bugging me.
She wants to skip out on all the fun at Anacortes. We have to work on the boat, put her away, but yeah, so.
No, I mean, I'm really ready to go home and like have our bed and...
Yeah, it's home is home, and it's been a great 3 months, so we're wrapping it up.
But it's a lot of togetherness, so
yeah.
You can go back to work now.
How come you don't go back to work?
Yeah.
So we pulled the anchor out of the bottom for the last time this season.
If you've been watching for a while, you would know we have a favorite ferry, and it's the Samish. And it's because when we see the Samish, we have to have Samishes, even though we just had breakfast. We may have to skip the tradition this time.
Look, it's the Samish.
The last leg of the cruise is bittersweet. Yes, we're ready to go home for a while, but Pane Vino has been our home for the last 3 months. So the run back to Anacortes becomes a time for a little reflection, and a thanks to the boat for taking us on so many great adventures, and those memories are now in our wake. As we continued down Guima's Channel, we looked toward the refinery to see a tanker anchored off the pier. I noted that it looked a lot like Robbie's ship. We looked at our AIS, and it was his ship, the West Virginia. Though he was not on it, he was off and at home, but it was still very cool to see.
We just got to Anacortes, and we're going to pull into Cap Sante Marina for a couple days for work, and then over to the North Harbor Diesel Docks for some more work before the haul out. And first thing we have to do now is get fuel, so we can top it off, and so that over the winter time there's less chance of condensation building up in the tanks. And then it'll be also ready for us for next year.
It was now time to give our last donation to the petroleum gods for the year. Now that we were nice and full, we went off to our assigned slip. And for the third time this season, we were given a slip with a boat already in it. It was becoming a theme. But a quick radio call to the office and we were given another spot.
So it's time to do all of the unglamorous stuff with boating. Mike is running to the hardware store, which we will probably do about 10 more times in the next few days. He's going to be doing oil changes today. I have laundry and cleaning and a variety of other stuff. So yeah, that's today, working in a boat slip. So yeah. And of course, at the end of the season, the boat is trashed. I don't know if you remember, but we complained about having the boat be covered with a fine layer of dust when we were in Fulford Harbor. And on further inspection, we think it's ash. We talked to some other people and they had ash on their boats, and now as I'm cleaning these cushions, I kind of wish I had done it sooner, but it's taking a little extra time.
If you've watched our videos in the past and the past seasons, you'll recognize this walk. This is a walk from Cap Sante down to the storage yard where the boat sits all winter, but where our car is at right now and has been for 3 months. So it's about a mile walk. It's flat, so that's nice, and there's boats to look at along the way. But it's a long walk, but Bailey and I are doing it together, and we're just hoping the car starts. It goes into a battery saving mode, so, and it's still a pretty new car, so we should be okay. But you never know, something sits for that long. And I'll have to do it again, because when we move the boat down to the storage yard, I'll have to go back and get the car from Cap Sante. So I guess getting our exercise, and unlike some of the other times, at least it's not hot. Well, she's here. Doesn't look too bad. Doesn't look all that dirty. I'm sure if I looked very closely, it is, but not bad at all. Now we get to see if it starts. The first thing, if it unlocks, then we're well ahead of the game. And I don't know how to do this one. Yeah, hey, it unlocked. Well, it started. That's good. And it really doesn't look like it's been sitting in a yard for 3 months. Now the next part of the puzzle is whether I remember how to drive after 3 months. In fact, I hadn't even ridden in a car, I don't think, except for just a few days ago in Ganges when we rented the car and went around Salt Spring Island in that whole time. So it's all been boats. So got to get back to my left, right, and away from the port starboard, and yeah, going to be a little different for a little while. I've driven a lot over the years, so I think I'll remember. It's like riding a bike, except 4 wheels and an engine.
That was fun. I forgot my wallet and I was running back to the boat to grab the wallet to pay for the laundry, and I met some people on the dock. They are fellow navigators and watch the channel, and yeah, so shout out to It's a Yacht. It was really fun to meet you.
We also got invited over to the Swinomish Yacht Club tent. The cruising community is always so welcoming, and we again got to meet some great people.
Now's the time for the oil change. I've got the coveralls on, so you can see how clean we can do this. I always seem to get oil somewhere.
Yes, you make a mess
Yeah.
you do boat work.
I'm a messy Marvin.
I'm doing laundry and running errands. I'll see ya.
Goodbye. Here we go. Let's go dive in. Before I start anything or do anything on the engines, whether it be close the seacocks, to do something, clean the strainers, that type of thing, change the oil, zincs, anything that could damage the engine if it were to start, I pull the keys out of the ignition. And I don't put them back in until I've double checked everything. So trying to avoid those types of mistakes is really important, and it'll make me feel happy in the end. It would be very bad if, for example, we started the engines without oil. Whoops, I forgot. So now we're gonna go dig in. So I got the I have the oil change pump, which is just a drill pump, and I have it hooked up to the outlet in the bottom of the oil pan, which is really nice. That Cummins gives you that, unlike the Volvos we had previously where everything had to come through the dipstick. So we're hooked up and we're going to start pumping.
Okay, this boat work stuff is hard work. Mike says he didn't hit his head, but I'm claiming otherwise.
I don't remember hitting my head.
Oops. Looks like you hit your head.
I'm falling apart.
Yeah, oops, that's too close. Too close.
Now it's time for the generator. It doesn't take a lot of oil, of course. It's a small engine, but have to pump it out with the vacuum pump out through the dipstick. There is a lower valve where you can use, but it's not very convenient, especially the way the engine is, I should say the generator, I'm sorry, where the generator is situated behind the engine. Not the greatest access, but, well, with a small boat, we're kind of small, 39 feet, there's limitations. I do get jealous of people with stand-up engine rooms, and especially single-engine boats where you can walk around it. That's great, but everything's a compromise. Now it's time for the generator fuel filters and oil filters, which we have here. And really, mostly very simple. Problem is they're kind of tucked away. You know, we have the sound shield here, and it's behind the engine, so I got to kind of lean over, reaching in that way. And I'll wonder why tomorrow I'm a little sore. But yeah, it's all good. Got to get it done. And she ran perfectly the entire trip. Only problems were those times, if you remember, in the Octopus Islands and a couple other places where she pulled up the weeds and such. But that's not the generator's fault. That's the intake fault. And but she's given us power the entire time. We don't have solar. We don't have the whole big lithium bank and that whole thing. So it's we really rely on this. So gonna take care of it. Well, I totally get why people pay somebody to do this. You end up smelling like diesel no matter how much you try. But there is some satisfaction of, doing the work yourself. And if something goes wrong, you only have yourself to blame. And, okay. So, we got the engines done. The mains done. We have the generator done with the oil. I ran it for a little bit just to make sure that the oil level goes through and stays good. And now it's just time for the zinc on the heat exchanger for the generator, which is a little guy. And then we've got the dinghy, and we have a lot more. This is just the surface, the main things.
I have cut out 3 more upholstery fish, which I will apply to my upholstery. I do not love this solution. So if anyone knows a good upholsterer, it's time for new upholstery on this boat. Also, the view is beautiful.
We've been working on the boat the last few days, and now we're going to go to the wheelhouse and hopefully they get a spot for us.
because it's oyster run. So I think it's.
I'm not just worried about the wheelhouse. I mean, we were talking about going to Italian food, and I thought that was the problem with going to Nonna Luisa's. But the wheelhouse, I think we could just walk in.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, it's always a good, solid place. So.
But if they tell me there's no Mac and Jacks again,
We might have to change her.
I'm out.
Gotta have our Mac and Jacks. So for some reason, the wheelhouse was closed. Says it's supposed to be open, and all of Commercial Street, it looks pretty barren because it was the Oyster Run motorcycle thing today. So maybe they did a whole thing and then everybody closed down. I don't know. So we're gonna try Mama Luisa's. It's really good. Let's see if we get in. I don't know.
Nonna Luisa's had been recommended to us by several people ever since they opened, and we finally gave it a try last year, and we are glad we did. So this year we just had to come back. Anacortes has a ton of great restaurants, especially for a city of such a small size, and this place really upholds that reputation.
I'm having the cannelloni, which was on the specials board, and it came highly recommended, so I couldn't say no.
On our way out, we stopped to talk with the owner, affectionately known as Papa.
Thank you for coming to Nonna Luisa.
It was amazing.
Thank you for supporting my family.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So you got a boat?
Yeah, we have. Yep.
Yeah.
Well, tell everybody in the harbor, go see Papa and Nonna Luisa.
We will.
For coming.
There we go.
Thank you,
How long
Signora.
have you guys been here?
6 years over here, 45 years in Seattle and Bellevue.
Ah,
Yep.
okay.
So
Well, that's why you know how to run a restaurant.
It's not the first rodeo.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It was amazing. And
Thank you.
what you guys don't know on the cameras, their system went down tonight, and this staff,
They were incredible.
they were amazing.
I was right up on the GQ magazine, one of the best 50 in the United States.
Absolutely.
1985.
How many people are working here tonight? There's a ton of people running around.
Altogether, we got about 40 people.
Wow. Yeah.
Only open for dinner.
Right.
Okay.
No lunch, no breakfast, no nothing.
But that's how you're able to take care of the people with, like,
But
nobody's
those
waiting.
people in the kitchen's been with me for a long time.
Okay.
Very long time. Now
That's
it's about 10 or
It's
12.
a tiny kitchen.
And they're all working hard. It's
This
hard.
way you know exactly what you have.
Yeah.
It's not like a big kitchen, something got lost in the refrigerator.
Right.
And you show up and you
When
get
you
a
get it
piece of...
tonight, it's going to be fresh. Yeah. Yeah.
Every day is fresh over here because we run out of food almost every night.
Exactly.
So last day of boat work, we're scheduled to be hauled out at 2:45 today, and of course it's starting to rain, so that's gonna make the work so much easier. But I mean, I guess it is what it is. It's definitely fall now, and it was really windy last night, so I'm glad we were on a dock. Time to get put away for the winter.
The run to the haul-out ramp really puts the cap on the cruise. Once the bottom hits the trailer bunks, the engines will be stopped for the last time this season, having taken us over 1,200 miles without a hesitation. Her bottom is then pressure washed and she is brought over to the storage yard where she will spend the winter, waiting for us to come back to join her for another set of adventures.
lucked out this time. I didn't like it last time. Thank you.
We had another great season, but what made it great was the people we spent time with along the way, both old friends as well as new ones. This also includes spending time with my sister and brother-in-law, and of course, 2 weeks with Robbie aboard. Yes, it was another lovely cruise.